Alright, so I came across this in the forum. Somebody had a question. I thought it was kind of cool. Basically, they want to take a toy car and make a toy car out of real plastic. Now, I guess if you had a rapid prototype machine and some, well, a few $1 million or whatever, you could probably do this in ZBrush. What they're trying to do is vacuum print it, which is, I think, if you take a mold of plastic and take the plastic melted into the mold and vacuum print it out, you get this relief print. Okay, so the contours of the car, you're going to have a hard time with certain things like, oh, this right here in this region and this in this region. Because in ZBrush, all we could do is a straight on projection of things. Now, this is the top of the car, which is, a pretty easy thing to do probably up into the region where it hits right here, and then you're going to have potential badness going on. Same with this guy. He was probably off somewhere else and not part of this original mold. But if he was gone, you could relief print down all the way across. And the only problem is, if he was there, the underside of his arm wouldn't get printed. Okay, bumper gets cut in half. These get cut in half. So I'm going to show you how to vacuum seal something. And here's an example of vacuum sealing the head onto a plane. Now this is not using the Z Project brush, which sucks, but a different matter altogether. Now, hey, it doesn't suck. I'm just, I've had good and bad. Usually it turns out like 3 times worse than what it usually is. So, I wouldn't use that tool if I were you, but that's you, not me. All right, so here's how I do it. If I take an average 3D plane, and that is located here, and take it and turn it into a poly mesh, and make the geometry a lot. So, oops, not edge loop, divide. I think I'm going to divide it up to 6. Oh, yeah. I guess if you're going to really vacuum seal this, you better take off smooth. Still unsure how you're going to get this into a piece of plastic, but I guess that's you. Okay, now if you hold shift, click anywhere, and jump into Projection Master, deformation, fade off, colors off, drop now. You're going to need a 3D model of that car. Whether you build that in 3D Studio Max or Maya, that's up to you. You can get them online, various different places. I didn't hunt around too much. But here, what I did is first I chose the Z-sphere and imported that model. So in this case, I'm just going to import the demo head. It could be either an OBJ or the actual demo head. I have it loaded, so it's going to give me some hard times here. So I have the demo head loaded. Click and drag it out, and while it's doing this is because I have it on subtract. So here's how you make it if you have add. You take off this and go to move, and you can add or subtract it into that form. Okay, so I'm going to choose to subtract, go back to edit, hold shift, and align it good. Now, yeah, that'll work out. Either add or subtract will work fine because you're going to be pulling the polys in. Okay, so add. I'm going to choose add this time. I chose subtract last time. I'm almost curious to find out which one kind of projects a little bit better. So Projection Master, pick up now. Okay, so there we go. Now, if you choose to display double, you'll see the relief print on the other side. Now, if you were to print this out, this would be correct. I think the rapid prototype machine requires normals, if I remember right, and this would have the right normals. Now, where you're seeing potential problems is anytime where the form jumps into any other axes. In other words, under the chin, would be a y-axis change. So that's where you're getting this drop-off value right here. But if it was a car, you would choose to relief print the top of the car just like I did that, and then you can flip it around and figure out how you're going to print this out now. That is all on you. So enjoy, and that's all I could. I think that's what you were asking, but if not, let me know. That's the only thing I could think of offhand. If I had a 3D car, maybe, but I believe this will work just fine for you. So enjoy the tutorial and have a good one.